Hey there, A Rational Theist here, or Jason Reswick. To those of you who do not know me, thank you for joining me today. God bless you. If you don't know me, I hope that you find this content relevant to you, but I'm putting this out there because I promised myself that I would. About a year and a half ago, I started a journey that I had not expected. And about 2 months ago, I promised myself that I would be done with all these random videos that I had been shooting, and I'm going to put them out there by June 1st. Well, we got there, and I got the website up just in time. And so now you get to see me as a rational theist. It's been a bit of work, and I'm not going to use a lot of what I shot, at least at the start. I'm going to be out of the country for a lot of the summer, so I will probably plug and play a lot of it there. But the goal of this little TikTok slash YouTube slash website slash I don't know what I'm doing, venting over me and this camera right there, that I need to get my thoughts out there because I am tired. I'm tired of the church. I'm tired of the bullshit of what modern day American church and what it means, and I'm done with it. Done with it. I don't understand what it is that we are trying to accomplish, because on the right and on the left we have so many different conversations that are going on. And this is not a political podcast slash vlog, but I don't think it's relevant to what we are supposed to be doing as a church. That the church in and of itself is supposed to be discipling people well. And it's not doing that. It's not equipping people on a daily basis. It's not having crucial conversations. It's not having relevant conversations to today's world. And so ultimately, I guess what you get to expect here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a real-time daily news, what's going on in the world. Then I'm going to do a movie review because I love movies, and also TV shows and podcasts and docu-series. So I'm actually going to probably do the docu-series today. But yeah, you're going to get a review of some sorts from my perspective. And then I'm going to close it out with an encouragement. So that's what you're going to get on a daily basis. But beyond that, I'm putting this out there, and hopefully you guys will like, subscribe, review, want to hear this crap, and maybe will interact with me. And my goal is that through the comments, through the feedback, we can begin a discussion that will be relevant to way more than just our audience and the people that may find this within my circle, that this could grow and evolve, and we could take this a little bit bigger, because when I look around, I just don't see this conversation being had. And so since it's June 1st and what's happened has happened, might as well do it. I don't know if it's the best thing, but it is what it is with the Trump indictment and the verdict and your 34 counts of fraud. Way to go, dude. Way to be a piece of shit. Like, I don't care if you're on the right or the left. I don't care that you're sitting here claiming your innocence. It doesn't matter to me. Like, you did what you did. Whether it's the Democrats utilizing it to try to win Biden's presidency next year? Okay, that's one question. I run two organizations and I live in fear constantly that I'm messing up. And you messed up. You did what you did for whatever reason. I cannot understand, as a God abiding male, how you do all this. You paid off a porn star. What are your children thinking? Get your fucking son porn star right after my little brother is being born. And we're just gonna, it is what it is. You are a piece of crap, sir. Like, the fact that you were doing what you were doing, you were grabbing pussy, you were doing the things that you were doing. Yep, everybody go check the clips. This is who this man is. How do you sit there and align with him? Like, I'll say, I am not a Biden guy either, but to see the minute after the verdict is reached, I get this flood of emails from Focus on the Family, from Franklin Graham, from all, like, fuck off, all of you people, get out of my life. Like, you have these op-eds written in advance to sit there and say, oh my gosh, democracy is falling. I do not care. How is this our reality? Because none of this has anything to do with Scripture. Because none of this would, through Jesus' lens, would be abided by. In my mind, at least. And so I guess maybe I can introduce the rationality side of me now, where for me, the rationality, the rational theist, rational part of me is that I'm a biochem degree, and I had aspirations to become a doctor and a hotshot plastic surgeon maybe, and ultimately God had different ideas with that as I finished school and was about to go to med school, and we went and spent time in the Peruvian Amazon and changed my life forever, and encountered the Holy Spirit in a way that I had never experienced before. But ultimately, a lot of my journey then of becoming an ordained pastor and a spiritual formation director and a missions and community groups pastor led me to a place where, okay, as I introduce this logic inside of myself, where I then look at around the world and it's like, how are we all justifying that? Like, at the end of the day, if that's what you're going to, like, if you're going to put your weight behind Mr. Trump, so be it. But don't go bloviate about it on Facebook. Like, keep your mouth shut. Because at the end of the day, this guy's a piece of shit. Like, this man is not who personifies the Christian ethic. This man is not embodying who it is that we are supposed to be. And so the minute that you put yourself out there and you're sharing this crap, you open yourself up to then be criticized. And the people out there that we are supposed to be influenced by just shut us off. It's a game over. Like, that's what you're going to put out there. I am not interested in listening. And as I said just a minute ago, I'm not a Biden guy. Like, he's not my cup of tea either. You and your Catholic nature, Catholicism, whatever it is, that you're a lame duck. You are who you are as well. Like, both of these men, like, just going to put it out there since this is the first one. Neither of these people are my people. So I will not be voting for either of you. But I just, the whole culture, societal attack, all of these conversations, it drives me crazy. And I think we as Christians need to be wise by how we are then putting out our content, and should just know better. So just be careful about that. But someday maybe I'll have a transition. But now we're moving on to movies. And so that's the second part of my podcast is I'm going to do a review of sorts, and I guess I have 7 out there on my website right now, but I'll grab one. I feel like talking about Welcome to Wrexham. Let's do that. This series kicks butt. Why? Not only because I like Ryan Reynolds, but beyond that, to see what Ryan Reynolds, superstar actor in Van Wilder, Just Friends, Deadpool, lots of other things, and then Rob McElhenney, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, end up doing, where what does it take to go and buy a soccer team, buy a football team, and then immerse yourself in it is awesome. Like, this is what is possible if the church would just figure it itself out. Like, I got to do this as a pastor and creating missional communities, and we got to see why the world needs us. The world needs missional communities. The world needs things where, okay, we are going to intentionally consider the need, how to approach the need and the community, and then actively, strategically assess and develop a solution to the problems that may or may not be there. And that is what you get to see on this documentary, or docuseries, I guess is what they're calling it. It's on FX, Hulu, and it's so precious to see the way in which 2 Hollywood people that absolutely could be disregarded and absolutely pummeled with disregard or hatred. And we've seen plenty of it with a lot of the Middle East conversation currently happening, and how they're coming in and buying PSG and other I guess I can't speak to Live anymore because it is what it is, but then other soccer teams as well. And you just have, they got Ronaldo, and it just, like, I don't know where we land with all of that. But at the end of the day, you have that happening while you also have Hollywood stars coming in and saying, hey, let's go try and do this. And you see the privilege of what it takes to do good storytelling because of what Hollywood is, and the way in which Hollywood is able to tell stories in a way that's enticing. And they do such a good job in describing what it is they're trying to accomplish, and then also illuminating these stories within each of the athletes and specific members of the community, and the way in which it's not just improving the town that they are a part of, but then developing these storylines of these bars that they're helping develop, these parks that they're helping develop, and then all the way to the place where we can rib each other and create these hilarious happy birthday monologues and shorts. Like, my boys both know it, that, like, the latest one, it just came out, like, I think in series 3 or season 3 episode 4 or so, but it's been out for years. So whenever I'm having a bad day and I want to go and watch something, I turn on Ryan Reynolds' Happy Birthday to Rob McElhenney, where he goes and he has this whole music video attached to, how do you say McElhenney? Because all the English folks don't know how to say it well, and have butchered it. And just this dichotomy of where, for me, that is true friendship, that is true world-changing behavior, and what I want to continue to do with anybody. And so anybody that's listening to this, hey, you want to go change the world, let's talk. Because that's what I do for a living. I've sent out hundreds of missionaries around the world, and I run my own nonprofit, and we're kicking ass in the Peruvian Amazon, and have 130 or so communities that we're trying to make a significant impact with, and so I guess this is my pitch to you that yeah, what I have to say, give me a couple episodes if you want, or if you would be so kind to give me a few episodes to just kind of figure me out. But that's what I do for a living, is just I'm passionate about unlocking what it is that the Spirit's telling individuals to do. And I want to utilize people's giftings and launch them into the next season of their lives, and all for the glory of God. So there you go. A Rational Theist, trying to figure it out.